Good evening, all. Welcome to my live broadcast number 132. Live broadcast, broadcasting from Auckland, New Zealand. And it's 9 p.m. also in the evening here. Now we're still in this hot weather right now. The humidity right now is great, and it's 9 o'clock. It's great as in hot. Anyway, I believe we're supposed to be getting a whole lot of rain over the weekend, so that may cool things down a bit, and we'll just wait and see. At this stage, I can't get into my back office, but by the time I need to get in here, hopefully I can. I did manage to pull up a blog post for tonight, and I've got a few little a few little things to say. I was going to do the transactions, another shot at the transactions out from the back office to the wallet, just to the seller. Another thing I'd like to thank, congratulations, to Randy Wilson on his 200th broadcast. And don't forget, we have a competition, Bitcoin competition, and it's a weekly one, and it's based over how many paid referrals you can get in a week. Now, I believe the weekly winner receives about 200 grains. Now, according to my moderator, that's approximately $500. So that'll be $500 US. So that's worth having a look at. But that doesn't start until we reach the figure of 3,333,333. So when we reach that, that's when Bitcoin competition will start. So I've got a blog post up there, and when I finish that, depending on the time and depending if I can get into the back office to show one more post on how to do a transaction from your wallet to the seller. Okay. Now, if we can't, well, I'll think of something. Anyway, I'm going to share the screen, and better remember to do this. One time during the week I forgot to share it, and it's like I was talking to a screen only. Anyway, we'll go into this blog post, and it's I'm sure you've seen it before, so it does make a lot of sense. I believe the more you go over there, it's a repetitive thing, the more you begin to understand it. It's called the master key. TBC success is to encourage fast duplication. We'll go down here. Okay, that's part of it. And the other night, I believe we were around here, level 8 or period 8, as they got there, and we seem to have approximately 128 full-timers in TBC. Now, I don't know how you become a full-timer at all, whether that means you go to all the send buttons a week, or do broadcasts a week, or do transactions every day. I don't know what that means. So, but that's where we are for the full-timers, they reckon. I don't even know if I'm a full-timer. So we just plod along, and probably this weekend and every other weekend following, until we get there, till we reach that magic figure of 3.3,333,000 odd. Bex and I will probably be going out scouting every weekend from this weekend on, and we'll see how we go. Anyway, I'll start reading down. What if I told you that we could reach our objective of gathering 1 billion members before the end of January? Well, that ain't going to happen. I believe we will get very close to it by the end of the year. Everything is in place perfectly to make that happen right now. Lack of belief is the only thing holding us back at this time. And I want to turn that around by the end of this article. Collectively, if we believe we can do this, we will achieve it. Let's start by looking at how this will benefit you and also all other members in TBC. Picture this in your mind. It's the end of January 2019 and the admin wallet is empty, and we have created 1 million billionaires and 1 billion millionaires and tens of thousands of small business owners accept 100% TBC for their goods and services. TBC is spendable, and we didn't need any banks or exchanges to make our coins liquid. We did that ourselves. TBC is just as good as any paper money because 1 billion people have made it so by coming together. No institution on earth would dare challenge the value of our TBC Kringle coins. No one would want to oppose an effort to finally end poverty globally. People power is chanted in every corner of the earth. The only way to end poverty is through people power. And the people are sick of the corruption of the powers that be and how unfair the current distribution of wealth is today. TBC is a movement of people power on a mission to end poverty globally. And with 1 billion members backing us up, we would be unstoppable. Let's say you are a TBC billionaire at the end of January 2019. Even if a member only gets one whole TBC coin, they would become a billionaire. It would bring you complete financial peace of mind, right? You are set for life. Your posterity is set for endless generations to come. This peace of mind will allow you to remain calm as we allow the rest of the world to catch up to this new dynamic of having 1 million billionaires and 1 billion millionaires. Love and respect will be our guide. As we allow the world to catch up, you have plenty of Kringles to use to feed and clothe your family. We must put the mission first ahead of a mad dash to elevate our members into lifestyles of luxury. Luxury for all will come in time, but this is what I mean by saying we need to allow the world time to catch up. I think admin probably means to catch up on maybe as in merchants, letting the merchants catch on to this thing. Maybe, I'm not quite sure. Peace of mind is the most valuable thing you can have, right? I, as admin, will set up a global database and will invite the poor of the earth to register in it. Immediate help will be given to the poor as we connect 1 billion members to each sponsor 3 to 5 people in this database. Most poor people would be happy to get about 20 grains worth of Kringles as a kickstart. Well, we know what 20 grains is worth today because we know what 40 grains is worth, so that's half of that. Somewhere around, well, I think I saw a post on Facebook, somewhere around the 9 million mark, 40 grains is worth that's at the stage. Then we would organize as we go and create job opportunities for all of the poor in our database. This will be a process, and at some point we will be able to declare the end of poverty in the year 2020. I personally will believe we will hit those marks by the end of this year. This achievement creates power, political power, that we as a human race will no longer allow the few to dictate how many live. This is why this mission must come first. This is why our members need to free themselves of the disease of greed, which is a byproduct of the system of artificial scarcity, even among the poor. Mad dashes to luxury must be discouraged, as I have said before. I don't want this article to be too long, so you will need to use your imagination of how all of your dreams will come true. Picture 2025, then through to 2030, then through 2050. See the personal transformation of how you will live happily in complete abundance and prosperity. Remember the mission statement. If you've read the mission statement, that's not hard to find. You either find it at the beginning of your wallet, of your 009 wallet, or at the beginning of the back office page, right next to where you log in. And the mission statement says this is a multi-generational program. Pay close attention to what is said within the dashboard of the KCBO. It starts with rapid rewards, who get to, and so on. Look at the who get to column in the massive growth campaign poster. Rapid rewards is based on duplicating who get to day by day. Periods become days in the massive growth campaign, and in just 31 days, one leader could create 1 billion members below them. We already have millions of members, so this effort will not just come from one leader. We are much closer to the goal of having 1 billion members than what you might think. The master key is to encourage fast duplication. So if you've recruited or sponsored 1 or 2, don't stop there and think, oh, you've done a great job. You'll do a better job if you help them get 2, and so on, and continue yourself and also continue what you've just done. Where was it? That is what is missing right now. There are 1,000 distractions within TBC community right now. And most of these distractions plant seeds of doubt within the minds of our members. Encouragement is missing on a large scale. One idea that will completely heal our TBC community is to encourage fast duplication. It's all right, and another thing, it's all right to encourage fast duplication, providing you stay with those recruits and help them through what you know, what you have taught them. Don't leave them behind or they'll fall away. And when people fall away from a program, they call it a scam, because they haven't had the tools, they haven't been given the tools to continue, which means the sponsor hasn't given them the tools they need. We need to unify on that one idea. New members see a 24 and a 48-hour timers once they pay the admin fee. We need to rally around these timers and encourage the new members to use the script and instructions provided within the dashboard of the KCBO. Leaders need to stay on top of the growth happening below them. There we go, he's saying that now. Using the genealogy tool in the KCBO and make sure they supply the needed cryptocurrencies to keep the duplication moving smoothly. All leaders should become cash centers locally to keep the speed of growth going. Okay, the cash centers, I know we have 3 in New Zealand. We have one in Auckland here. The other one is in Whanganui. And the third one is way down south in Invercargill. And if you go into your back office, you'll be able to find the addresses. And just go down into the accounts Dropbox. Is that where you find them? Is that where you find the cash centers, and which area of the KCBO you find the cash centers addresses? In the accounts?
I think it's under the profile down the profile.
Oh yeah, there we go. It's under the accounts, because when you open up their Dropbox, it's got all sorts of stuff, your profile and things like that. Okay, Kringles are magic coins during the distribution phase of TBC compared to market coins. With market coins, you can only sell what you have purchased, but our coins are magic. The cookie rewards system allows our members the ability to access an abundance of coins that are not purchased. During the redemption extension, even our newest members can have more coins than they can spend. We deliver on our promise to provide abundance. These magic coins can allow mass quantities of people to immediately go full-time in TBC. The more full-time members we have, the faster we will grow. And here's that, this was the first version of the tiered grains. But there is another one which is set in place for the holiday promo. Pretty much the same. The final piece is now in place, the holiday promo. One of the things choking up fast duplication was that 40 grains was out of reach for so many, and that slowed growth. Our sponsors can get compensated while new members have a tiered system to complete transactions. In some countries, 4 grain is what can be earned daily for a day's worth of work. In those countries, sponsors should be happy to receive 4 grain just for completing a simple transaction. A full-time sponsor would be blessed to do 1 transaction a day instead of hard labor at a job for the same amount after 8 hours of work, right? Also, new members are encouraged to do multiple transactions during a holiday promo because of the benefits that come through accumulation within. No matter where you live in the world, this holiday promo allows you in principle to earn a day's worth of income just by doing 1 transaction a day. In your country, the average pay is 20 grains a day, then that is what should be promoted as a starting point in your country. So that's probably a good start like New Zealand. That's probably a good start there too. For countries like New Zealand, Australia, members having daily cash flow or at all above average incomes in their countries will be able to show the benefits of going full time in TBC. Lead by example. Get your cash flow going daily in TBC. People will respect that. Everyone just needs to get in where they fit in on their first day as a new member, following the 5-day instructions on the dashboard of the KCBO. Sponsors recruit and recruits quickly become sponsors, all in a single day. So those two get 2, which is 4. Those 4 get the same, which is 8, and so on and so on. And before you know it, you've got over 1,000 sitting in your downline. And so on. This is how fast a team could grow on a daily basis. You just need to believe it is possible and use all of the tools you are provided with. Excuse me. Fast duplication is not enough. That as an idea has no ongoing support. On paper it looks good, but it is missing something. Encourage fast duplication completes it. Encourage turns the idea of fast duplication into a cycle, do it, and then encourage others to do it. I want to see and hear those 3 words everywhere within the TBC community. We need to focus on the meaning of those 3 words. And broadcasters should be explaining these 3 words over and over again like a drumbeat. Picture in your mind as the whole TBC community getting excited about these 3 words. Visualize all of the TBC members taking action based on these 3 words. See the growth of the community speed up because of it in your mind. This is the master key to TV success and will open every door of success from the micro to the macro inside of the TBC community. The one key makes all doors open. Well, there's a merchant there. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get into the back office. If I can't, then I'm going to go straight to my wallet, which was already open. And we'll just see if I can get in. Oh, no, it doesn't look like. Okay, I'm going to go into my own wallet. Now, this, from here on, this is where you, as the seller, takes over. You've already received from the request from the receiver. Now you're the seller. All you're going to do is open up your wallet. Okay. Yeah. Oh man, I lost. I'm just going to open up. So that's where this is where we're going when we want to do the transaction from the seller side. Okay. 3. We just log in. So from there, we will go to the send button area. That's where you need to go. And when you receive the seller, when he receives your request, he will put your wallet number in there. So I've got one sitting there. I'll just use that, but I won't send it. And then you will go down to the currency or Kringle. So in this case, I always deal with the USD amount. So if we're going to deal with 40 grains, we'll stay with 40 grains. That is 100 US dollars. And faintly down in there, you can see what the value of that is. Hang on one moment. How many Kringles you get for $100, which is 12. So you will send that, push send, and it will say if you're successful or it's in the queue. Then this page here where you see the address that's highlighted at the top here, that will go away and it will come back to your first page and it will show transaction pending. And that's pending because you, as the seller, have to go into your back office and to either approve or reject that transaction. Now, if you're not happy with the one who's requiring the transaction, like the $100, if you don't see that in your account, you don't approve. All of that transaction is finalized. So if you're doing a transaction from overseas, this is for the Kiwis only. Don't go into a bank. Don't use your bank account, because not only you're going to walk into a lot of problems over here receiving money in from another country. The banks are going to rub you up and down against the wall. If you have PayPal, that's fine. If you have Bitcoin, that's also fine. And that's where that ends. But until you are in control of the transaction, whether you approve it or reject it. But like I say, for the Kiwis, accept it in Bitcoin or PayPal, not in the bank transaction. Transactions around New Zealand, that's fine. That's fine. But anywhere out from a country outside of New Zealand, I advise you not to. Anyway, I'm going to close this off, and I'll come back live. Well, yeah. There we go. Looks like admin is working in wallets in the back office. I was fortunate enough to have a post already up before they went in. And I don't know how long they're going to be in there for, but yeah, they're upgrading the KCBO, sorry. Okay, I'd like to thank those who's watched my live broadcast. Brother Paul and Brother Ken and Brother Darren, thank you so much. And there's also one other in there. You're also welcome to watch my live broadcast every night, New Zealand time, 9 p.m. And my wife, Bex, my moderator, and one other, Sister Violet. Thank you also, Sister Violet, for watching my live broadcast. Anyway, it's the same time tomorrow night. Thank you so much once again. Good evening here from Auckland, New Zealand. Whether it be daytime anywhere else in the world, you have a great day.